this video, we're going to make the staircase for the cardboard dollhouse, and we'll be making it out of cardboard. Rather tagboard, some call it chipboard. The free material came in the back of a package of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. I used about 1.5 sheets to make these stairs. This is my 8th video in a series on making a dollhouse out of free materials that I have here at home. You can find those videos on my playlist, Paper and Cardboard Creations. I made a template of the stair stringer, first on paper, then copied that to the tag board. My steps are about 1 centimeter high and 1 centimeter wide. I cut out the stringers with scissors. Remember to always use the same template to trace each stringer so that they will all be the same size, because whenever you trace something, the next will be slightly larger than the template. I marked my template with a black marker so that I don't mix up the pieces. My plan is to double each stringer, so I cut 2 for each side. I wish that I had cut an additional 2 to make a stringer for the center for extra strength. I will do that for my next project. As I have said before, this project has been a learning one for me. I don't know what it is about crafting and cats. They seem to like to visit me when my hands are busy. I don't know if they are entertained with watching my hands or just want to be near me because I'm sitting in one place. They do, however, offer companionship and a welcome distraction. I enjoy their playful nature. Making these stairs has been the very hardest part of making this dollhouse. I had long decided that I wanted the stairs to start on one wall, have a platform, and then turn against the other wall. It was a bit tricky trying to get the measurements just right. I almost think it would have been easier to build the stairs first, then make the floor height match to fit perfect. I don't know. But I had decided to finish the room with wallpaper and crown molding before starting the stairs. It would be difficult to wallpaper around the stairs. But if you were just painting the walls, that might be easier. The large crown molding in the living room also made this task even harder, but I did manage it in the end. Also, with the stairs at the back of the room, it's not so easy to see exactly what you're doing, especially when your arms are in the way. The opening at the top of the stairs did offer some light, which helped some. I used the cutout stringers to help determine how long each individual stringer needed to be and about where I wanted the platform to hit. Now with all the pieces cut, it's time for assembly. I did not cut out the tread boards because I didn't want to mix them up with the riser boards, but they are measured and ready to cut, so they're slightly bigger. I'll explain that more later. The first thing I did was glue the stringers together in pairs, doubling the strength of each. Next, it was time to add the riser boards. I used a couple of clamps to hold my stringers vertical while I glued on the riser boards. I started with the top and the bottom to hold the stairs square. The riser boards do not overlap, but sit flush on top of the stringers. I'm using tacky glue, my favorite all-purpose glue for crafting. This cat, Carlotta, she uses her tail to get my attention, or maybe just to mess up my stuff. With the top assembled, I turned it over and felt like it needed some extra stability, so I added horizontal strips. I suppose, had I used a third stringer down the center, I wouldn't have needed to do this at all. I reinforced the top, the bottom, and center until I felt like the inner core of the staircase was structurally sound. Finally, I can put the back side of the staircase on. The extra inner pieces I added gave me more gluing surface. I enclosed both the top and the base of the stairs. Not bad, considering it's made out of cardboard. When I fitted the top section of the stairway, that's when I realized that I had forgotten about the crown molding. so I was forced to cut a section out of the stairs to go around the molding. It was then that I was thankful that I had made such a solid structure. I used my craft knife to cut off the pieces. Having a craft knife is a necessary tool for this task. Scissors alone will not cut it, pun intended. After cutting off what I could, I decided to add an additional layer to the inside part of the stairs so there'd be less of a gap. I wanted the stairs to be glued to the wall itself with no gaps, because that would help hold the stairs in place. Good thing I saved my template so I could cut another. I'll probably save that template for the next house. I used an emery board or a fingernail file as a sanding tool to make sure the inside stairwell is smooth because I want a really tight fit. Now it's time to add the tread boards. They will be flush with the inside, the part that will be glued to the wall. Only the outside of the stairs, or the side that you actually will see, will have an overlap sticking out. I don't know if you've noticed, but below my video is a super thanks button where you can send me a small monetary gift to say thanks for all your creative content. I also have a fundraiser going on right now to build me a crafting cottage / recording studio. If you haven't seen the plans for that, please go watch that video. It will be suggested at the end of this video. One more fitting to check how it's going together, just to make sure I'm on the right track. If something is not working out, you want to catch it before you get too far, or you have to start all over. I have a very solid structure, as good as wood, even with the bite taken out of the top of it. Okay, here I jumped the gun, and I decided to add trim. Trim always makes things look better, right? They do. Word to the wise, trim should always go on last. You will see why a little later. Notice I cut a small strip at the base of the bottom stairs to fit around the baseboard. Although my tread boards were pre-cut to a standard size, I still needed to adjust their fit before attaching. They were slightly too wide and a bit too long. If my cut wasn't straight, sanding the boards helped smooth them out for a minor adjustment. Next, I painted them using an old house paint that needs to be used up because it's kind of breaking down and the can is rusting. I did not paint the side that would be glued to the wall. Where the top section of stairs meet the bottom, I needed to cut away a section of the trim. This is why all trim should be added last, so you don't have to cut it off later. It will fit together like this. Now I need to cut the platform board. Holding the two pieces together, I take measurements. Checking the fit of my board, marking the necessary cuts needed. I knew that I had cut it bigger. It's always better to cut something bigger than to cut it too short and have to find another piece. I cut off a tiny sliver, then rechecked the fit. I don't mind having to make a second cut to get it right. I go through this process of checking with each cut to make sure that I have the right fit. I wanted to have the tread boards a different color to look like wood, so I cut an additional tread board. With these, I want them to overlap on the front, the side of the stairs that would be seen when it's all put together. With all the top boards cut, I painted them with a mixture of peach, yellow, orange, and brown to make a light brown color that resembled the color of stained wood. I did actually try wood stain, but it did not have the desired effect that I wanted. When gluing on the boards, I make sure that they are flush on the wall side of the stairs. Having a different color for these gives a nice touch to the stairway. Test fit. Always test before applying glue. When gluing the stairs in place, I applied a lot of pressure and I held it a good while, making sure that it would be secure. Just a little piece of trim. The piece is cut, fitted, then painted. While that dries, I made a post to place in the corner under the platform for added support. I may build a small bookcase later to fit under the upper staircase, just for additional support to the stairs, but it does seem pretty secure as is. This is a backing piece to go behind the upper portion of the staircase, cut around the crown molding. I thought about adding a banister and rails to the staircase, but thinking about the space might be too small for the kids and they'll have trouble getting their dolls up and down the staircase, so I opted to omit that with this project. I will add railing to the upstairs bedroom so the dolls won't fall down the stairs. The very top of the stairs need a little trim to finish it off. I painted the post so that it would match the color of the wood of the stairs. Then I glued it in place under the stair platform, right in the corner, but my camera didn't catch it because it was at the wrong angle, so sorry I cannot show you that. The staircase is done, completing the living room, except for curtains and furnishings, which will be coming up in future videos, also made with things that I find around the house. Remember, this is a project I'm not spending any money on. The only thing I've had to buy is more glue. Oops, just spotted one unfinished treadboard. I forgot about that last step until the camera just revealed it to me. Also, I see more of a gap than was necessary. Oh well, the board will hide that flaw. Here again, I have to cut away a section of trim to add a trim across the very bottom base of the stairs. Trim is great for hiding flaws and small gaps, so learn from me and save all trim work until the very last thing. I see you, Shito, looking at my house, but you can't touch it now. She says, I know, I won't try to destroy it anymore. I just want to be near you. I know, I love you too. Subscribe if you want to continue to follow this project. Lots more to come. Thanks for watching.